Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 45 of the Gametime Gents Podcast. We are recording here on a Monday this time, not a Tuesday as we usually do, but today we're going to go over the NFC East preview. So Fish is going to be excited for this show to talk a little bit about his Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. And we're also going to do our tier list at the end of that for where we think the position groups rank. But before we do that, we do have some sad news to get into. For the second year in a row, the Cleveland Browns have selected a Ohio State player in the second round that has been arrested for domestic assault. Round 2, Quinshon Judkins, the guy that's supposed to take over the helm, the reason they didn't bring Nick Chubb back. And I understand it's domestic abuse and that's terrible, but I'm just talking about through the eyes of a football fan, I guess. I don't know. It just makes me even more angry that the Browns didn't bring Chubb back, because he would be such a pivotal point right now in our offseason. He would be helping Dylan Sampson get ready, because he's going to be the one to shoulder the workload, him and Jerome Ford, when Quinshon is missing some time. So, yeah, he's currently playing for, dimes on dollars in Houston, getting paid $2.5 million down there to run the rock next to Joe Mixon. And I just feel like it'd be great if the Browns organization would have kept him in Cleveland, brought him back around. But
should have seen this one coming, right?
History does repeat itself. So Mike Hall last year and then Quinshon this year. It's just, you got to wonder what goes through these kids' heads, man.
Well, look, it's always sad to see this stuff on the news. It's not a good thing. And you think too, now that they, especially first round draft picks, they're in this spotlight now where their every move is being watched. And even some like Shedeur, who's also, because of the controversy that happened in the draft with him, you just want to be on your best behavior. I don't think he signed his contract yet either, if I'm not mistaken. So now, I don't know if he left his senior year, if he graduated with a degree. I know a lot of guys will declare their junior year and not finish a degree because they're like, oh, I'm going pro. I don't need to have that. I'm going to make money for the rest of my life. He just pissed all this money away because he was pick 17? He was up there, wasn't he?
Who, Quinshon? He was in the second round. He was like pick 34. I
still
36 overall.
But he's still 36 overall. Like, you're still guaranteed a good amount of money, and now you've just potentially, it's gone. Like, because if they haven't signed your contract, now they've got this drama to worry about. They've already got enough eyes on them from the Shedeur situation with him driving too fast. It's just not a good look.
On the Watson situation as well. So.
Yeah, oh, God, yeah. So much stuff that seems to keep popping up with the Browns. But yeah, I think it's got to be frustrating for you, watching your star running back go away for so cheap, and then your new replacement just completely screw himself over.
Yeah, it's just really like these kids, man, they have the whole world in front of them. Like you said, if he hasn't signed his contract yet, I don't know what that means. I don't know if it means he's coming back. I don't know if that means he's out. I don't really know what that means for the future, but
so it's kind of like the Shamar Stewart situation where they could potentially trade for him. They could still sign him. They could take away, they're just going to definitely change his contract or his guarantee's gone, stuff like that. Then does he want to sign it? Because if that happens, then you're looking at, potentially fighting the NCAA to go back to school if you still have a year of eligibility left, or sitting out and just getting redrafted next year and the Browns can't pick you. But you kind of got that black sheep mark on you because you weren't even in the league yet and you got into legal trouble, especially that kind of legal trouble.
I assume he's going to be suspended no matter where he plays. So if he has signed with the Browns already and he is going to play, he'll be suspended. If he's going back to college, he'll probably also be suspended on some sort of, I'm not sure how their suspensions work down there, but yeah, I didn't even think to look up if he had signed his deal yet or not. And with second round picks, I'm not sure if they're guaranteed their contracts. I know the first rounders, it's guaranteed for the most part. But for second round picks, I'm not really sure. But with the sad news aside, we can get into our overview of the NFC East. And we can make Fish a little bit happy here. Talking about a Super Bowl champion Eagles. So, yep, we are going over the NFC East here. The NFC East last year had a couple really good teams, couple really bad teams. So the Eagles obviously 14-3, went 5-1 in the division. The Commanders nipping at their heels at 12-5. They went 4-2 in the division. And then I didn't even realize this last year, but the Giants went over in the division last year. Did not beat a single team in the NFC East. So, we'll talk about their acquisitions and stuff a little bit later, but kind of surprised with how many little moves the Giants did make over the offseason. I know that they're in a rebuild year. They signed Russ. They have that kid from, where did Jackson Dart go? Is it
Ole Miss?
Ole Miss, that's right. Yeah, so
Miss.
We'll see how that turns out. So, but first, let's talk about the Eagles, their notable transactions for the year. They had a lot of people leave, which normally you'll see from, a team that's been playing well. A lot of those guys are going to get picked off of that squad. They did release Darius Slay. He's now with the Steelers, so him and the guy that they just signed, his name's escaping me, corner, Jalen Ramsey, are going to be starting up there more than likely. The biggest loss for you guys, I do think, is Mekhi Becton, who was a really, really good guard. I mean, just a mountain of a man playing guard. But you also had Brandon Graham retire. I know, Fish, you were happy to see him ride off into the sunset. And then you've also got a lot of other defensive guys leaving. I know one of those guys you aren't very sad to see go. But Milton Williams, he played really well down the stretch. Josh Sweat, he played well. And Fish, what do you think about old Bradbury there?
Bradbury was ass. It's just, you've never seen, of course, a lot of these, the referees were on their knees whenever, Patrick Mahomes and shit, whenever they play, they're always, making sure they're cupping the nuts and everything like that. But it's kind of crazy to see one skeptical holding call, and this guy's career immediately, it's like he didn't know how to play corner. He lost all his speed. He couldn't press up anybody, couldn't play zone, and the defense didn't really change that much from what we did the year prior to the following year. So maybe that year age that he gained, I really fluctuated, but I'm glad to see him with a free agency acquisition on the side of it. He's out of our hair. He didn't play any last year. I know he was injured, whatever may be. But look, like Nut said, the biggest hits here, and it's not even Milton Williams. The Patriots are not very happy with what he's doing. And again, he was a baller coming in to be paired up with Jordan Davis, that second line going and rushing in. But you also got to remember, you had Josh Sweat over here. You had was just constant rush on the defense, where if you're lined up with Jalen Carter or Jordan Davis, who's a big actual mountain of a man, they're going to require two people to pick him up. So yeah, Milton is very, very strong, but you have one guy guarding you. Yeah, of course you're going to slip through the tackles, 100%.
Right.
So I think the Patriots are kind of seeing that now. Again, I like him as a player. Hopefully he stands out. But Mekhi Becton, that kind of sucked. You think, and how much times we praise the O-line and the D-line for this team, losing that guy that was paired up essentially the opposite side of Mailata. I mean, that's an offensive line that no one would see over. And he did very, very well when he's with the Ravens, the Jets, and fell into us and just continued to succeed. Of course, Jeff Stoutland, kind of helped mold him not only as a pass protector, but also a run stopper as well, and kind of saw him elevate to that next level to get that linebacker push him out for the big run play too. So, not like you said again, a lot of these subtractions are, it makes sense. It's unfortunate. It's the shitty thing about winning a Super Bowl or doing really, really well for the last 10 years. Don't know how the Patriots continue to do it and they created their dynasty for so long, but a lot of subtractions. A lot of good subtractions. We got rid of some divas, some egos. But now we got the young dogs in there. We drafted very, very well the last 3 years. And now we got the young guys in there with Fangio's defense still. Time to give them the ball and let them take over. So time to kind of create this own little dynasty we got going on. I don't want to say it, but it looks pretty good.
He's calling a shot.
Team Young, good. No, it looks good though. It's promising.
You look at the guys that they brought back and then the guys that they added. So, they brought back Lane Johnson, 1 year, $25 million. Definitely earned that. I mean, he's been the best right tackle in the game for the past 5, 6, 7 years. They did bring back Cam Jurgens, so they are building in the trenches there on the offensive line, which is going to give Saquon room to run. They brought Zach Bond back. I know we've talked about this prior. He is making $51 million over 3 years, $34 million guaranteed. That is a very hefty contract for him. I hope he does play up to it. He really played well down the stretch last year. But I want to talk about these two guys that we have under additions. So AJ Dillon is a big back. I just think that he's going to be really good when they do run the tush push. Because that is still a legal play, correct?
Yep.
It was upheld.
Yes,
okay. So AJ Dillon could get in there, really help during the tush push. I mean, huge dude. I mean, I think the Eagles might have the biggest quads in all of football right now with Saquon and AJ Dillon. Yeah, Gainwell's gone, and then Will Shipley's still there. So because he was a rookie last year, but I want to talk more about Terrence Marshall. So he was the third receiver down in LSU when Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson were there. He had a lot of hype in his own right, and he got drafted to the Panthers in the second round. I think if he still has any sort of upside, it could be on the Eagles team. I mean, I know that they don't throw the ball a ton. We're going to see that on the next screen, but they really do make the most out of their playmakers. And when it comes to a guy like Terrence Marshall, I don't know why I keep calling him Mitchell, but I think he could really, really pan out to be a really solid number 3. And then if one of your two top receivers go out, he could have a big year. So that's the only reason I added him in here.
Oh, 100%. I mean, he like you said, came at LSU. He was behind insane receivers. He had a lot of hype. Of course, being at LSU, LSU, Bama, you start looking at those big colleges, you're like, oh, even if the guy's third string, he's a number 1 everywhere else.
Right.
It's just one of those unfortunate situations where you get drafted to the Panthers, and that's it.
Yep.
It's just he was just buried, and they tried. I don't think he's a number 1, right? I don't think he's a traditional number 1, but the Panthers kept bringing in those big body number 1s to try and give their quarterback that number 1 true threat, and then kind of run. Zach, am I boring you? Am I boring you?
You're not.
My funny
just big yawn. The kid's big. He just never got that opportunity with the Panthers. So yeah, maybe that second or third option on a team where we can spread the love a little bit, and it's not the number 1 corner lining up on me all the time. I think that would be his best option. Yeah, we don't throw it a lot. Things might be different. We got a new OC for the 19th year in a row. We got a new OC. Under Kellen Moore, it might have been a different story, but who knows? But I think it's a good addition. If any team out there could awaken some potential, it'd be this team. Absolutely. Just because there's so many weapons. Them and the 49ers, which 49ers seems like they might be able to use another receiver, but just the amount of weapons that they have, they don't have the one guy getting him the ball 12 times a game. Jahan Dotson did fine when he played, especially AJ was out for a minute. Everybody else is dead, and he was the number one for that 2 weeks down the stretch. Played very, very well. But again, it just wasn't probably the right scheme for us, but we'll see what happens with, is it Terrence Mitchell? Is it Mitchell?
Terrence Marshall. My bad.
Oh,
Terrence Marshall.
Only 25,000 guaranteed. That seems a little light there.
25,000 guaranteed is crazy.
He hasn't done anything.
True,
he's played 3 games. At least he didn't punch anybody in the face. We're still good there.
Yeah, yep. You got a point. And then we'll go to our next screen here. We'll go over the
pouring salt in the wound.
Yeah, definitely. So here's your Eagles. We were just talking about their performance from last year. 2nd in the league in rush yards, 8th in the league in total yardage, 7th in the league in passing. And the offensive stats aren't even the most admirable ones here. I mean, two top 1 finishes for defense, and then the 2nd least amount of points allowed, and then the 10th most rushing yards allowed in the league. So you look at their breakdown here of pass to run calls played or ratio. I mean, that's an outlier for sure. They only called pass plays 43% of the time. No wonder Jalen Hurts had such sour numbers at the end of the year passing wise. But
I'm very surprised they didn't run more play action.
I am too.
With how successful the running game is, I know obviously, if Saquon's going to break 70 yarders, let him break 70 yarders, but you got to keep them honest too. They know that it's coming. It's just, when is it coming? I feel like play action would have.
Well, that's the thing too, right? You would figure.
Yeah.
I mean, Hurts is very good in college, rolling out to his right, throwing it down the field. We did that a little bit when Sirianni had his 2 best friends for offensive defensive coordinator, and then they fucked off for about 10 minutes, and we actually got people that knew football in there. We tried that. Now, there was a different team back then to what it is now. But again, to your point, have fun, right? Going against that offensive line that's top 3, going against arguably the best running back in the league, and then, oh shit, if you stop him, right, and then you get past the O-line, have fun trying to bring down Jalen, who can also take off on a run. And now we added big quads, AJ Dillon. You guys could have 30 people in the box. I really don't think it's going to matter. I really don't think so.
Not behind that O-line.
Everybody's playing a little chip in this. No, it's wild.
I would love to see more guy backwards.
100%. I might have to get the hardcover of that and just frame it. Honestly. But yeah, I mean, these stats don't surprise me at all. I expected more running plays, to be honest, but I guess when you run it 4 times and Saquon has 3 touchdowns, you're like, yeah, I guess we could let Kenneth Gainwell run it for a minute. I don't know. I'm expecting the same similar number next year. I think the passing 29th overall, not great, but again, it's okay. We did put up almost 30 points a game. I think we'll see these numbers be similar. I think the big focus is going to be the rushing allowed as well. Try and nip that in the bud early. Fangio's still there. Now he has a full actual offseason with the rookie guys, the first years as well. So we'll start to see a lot of those things down. And then I'm still testing. I think hopefully we see a bit more play because there's some things that we can do. Saquon, RPOs, and everything like that, and get not too fancy with it. That's what kind of grinds my gears. We don't need to be the smartest man. Just need to play the game. So yeah, I'm very, very excited, very happy to see what they got going on here and kind of transition into next year. It should be very, very similar. Hopefully, knock on wood.
Now, just for a little trivia, they allowed the 2nd most points per game Do you know who was first?
Was it Kansas City?
It was not. It's the LA Chargers. Is that shocking to anybody else?
Really?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little shocking.
Audio and video listeners, if you're watching
their
this,
defense that
we are
good?
having some serious technical difficulties right now. I think there's some sort of delay going on.
Gone now.
It looks like it's okay now. Oh, no, there's a big delay. No.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll push on. Hopefully
I'm
everything will be all right.
like 20 minutes ago.
The stat here that really surprised me was the Eagles converted only 58% of their red zone attempts as touchdowns. With the tush push, I feel like that would be at least, I don't know, in the mid 60s, but I'm surprised it was only 58.
I feel like they only had 12 trips to the red zone because they were scoring from outside of it.
Yeah, with Saquon's 60-yard runs.
That's also true.
But the Washington Commanders, we're going to talk a little bit about them. So they did have a big addition this year. Deebo Samuel's coming in, making $17 million on his first year, $15 million guaranteed. They did do a big trade with Houston for Laramie Tunsil to get some protection for Jaden Daniels. They got Laramie Tunsil and a 2025 fourth-round pick, and the Texans received back a 2025 third, 7th, 2026 second, and fourth-round pick. So pretty big trade there for an aging left tackle. But I think that was a good move for them. I think there was a lot of times where Jaden was like scared out of the pocket last year. So hopefully that can help him really build his confidence and keep slinging the ball down the field to Terry and also Deebo.
Because he's right-handed, right?
He is, yes, correct, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Javon Kinlaw just seems to be moving all over the league. So he signed a 3-year, $45 million deal, $30 million in that guaranteed. Big defensive tackle presence, and that is something that the Commanders have always invested in, is their defensive tackles. You see over there on the subtractions, they've lost Jonathan Allen this year. He signed with the Vikings. They still have De'Aaron Payne over there, and they have a rookie a couple years ago. I think his name was it Chop Robinson, or was it the other kid? No, it was Newton from Penn State. But
was it Chop?
No, Chop Robinson's in Miami.
Isaac?
Cam?
No, Newton. I forget his first name. It's like Jazir Newton or something like that. Anyways, but they did invest back in the D tackle. They're probably trying to find a way to stop Saquon. They did bring back a couple receivers. Michael Gallup should be on the additions list, not on the re-sign list, but here we are. They did bring Noah Brown back, 1 year, $3.25 million deal. The other big loss that they had was Jeremy Chin. He's a pretty good safety, and he is signed with the Raiders. So, boys, for fantasy implications, how do we think Deebo's going to do? As a commie.
I saw him running routes the other day, and it didn't look pretty. I think he'll do fine. I think they got a better enough passer, their quarterback. He'll be able to run a little bit. I think they'll still use the same play scheme that they did, that the 49ers did with him. You may see him line up in the backfield, off in the slot, number one, switch to number two. Hell, he may play line for him. Productivity-wise, I'm not too crazy about it. I need to see the first 3 games to see what that sheer volume is. If they're going to force feed him the ball, try and get confidence again, or if he does look like prime Deebo. Now, with the 49ers, we see him the last couple seasons kind of go down in stature. He is older receivers that's only been in the league for like 5-6 years. He came in old, and he's exiting old as well. So NFL years-wise, he's still in his prime. Current age, though, He's kind of getting on the outskirts. I think he'll do fine. I think he's playing with the chip on his shoulder. I think all that. Hopefully he lays off Twitter and all that other bullshit. Hopefully he plays with the chip on his shoulder, and they'll kind of force feed him the ball a few games, and they'll kind of lay out the plan for the rest of the season. If he can handle it without the drops or bad judges and play calling, whatever it may be, I think he'll be fine. He's not going to be a 260-point receiver like we've seen him before. But he'll pop in for a few weeks, especially if you need some money on a bye week. He's not a bad playable option. Probably if you're playing, an extra flex, a decent flex there if you can snag him late in the draft, if you're doing a redraft. But I don't know. There's just a lot of offensive weapons, and what's his face? Daniels is going to run it and throw it, and he loves throwing it to everyone, which we kind of saw last year too. So I don't know. Fantasy wise, I think he'll be okay. He's not going to be what he once was, but he should be a somewhat similar aspect to it, just on a lower scale.
I think it's good for Debo just in general, because I think the opposite of what you were just saying, Fish. I don't think we're going to see him line up in the backfield or on special teams as much. He's going to probably just stay lined up as a receiver in the slot, something like that. Just because, like you said, Jaden Daniels likes to run it. They've got Brian Robinson Jr. back there who didn't have a horrible year, if I remember correctly, last year. I think he's going to see more targets than we think, because they're going to be trying to cover Scary Terry, and that's just going to leave him open. I agree with you. He's probably a for sure buy round pickup if you don't have him. Maybe even thinking in a flex or a two slot there. But I'd keep an eye on him as the season goes on, for sure.
Yeah, I was doing some research on if they have said anything about his usage, and I didn't really see anything about him being in the backfield. But I mean, I gotta assume that they'll do it at some point. Like Brian Robinson, yeah, he's good, but he's not a world beater by any means. I think last year you could guarantee, or not guarantee, you could kind of rely on him to get you 11 points a game, and he would really not get you more, wouldn't get you less. And I don't know. I feel like they're going to want to bring something in like Debo, like a Swiss Army knife, to really come in and kind of shake up the defense every couple plays. But as much as San Fran used him in the backfield, I don't think that you're going to see that. But it's really just going to depend, like, if he's healthy enough, if he's coming back strong, because Debo's he reminds me of Anquan Bolden. Like, he is a strong, powerful receiver. He's a possession guy. He's not going to burn you.
His yards after catches.
Yeah. He's not going to burn you by any means. He's going to be the guy to run the quick curl or the quick slant, just get the ball and either try to break a tackle or, try and fight for those extra yards like Fish was just saying. But I just, there's so much ambiguity with him right now. Like, new system, new team. Like, is he going to come back to the Debo he was 2 years ago? Because 2 years ago, he was great.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But you could also look at, 2 years ago, he was also very heavily involved with Twitter, and he was getting in all kinds of beefs with the Eagles. And it seemed like every week they played somebody new, obviously, but there's always one person that he is tweeting at or bitching about or doing this. And I'm like, yo, your mind is 1,000 miles away from football. And you wonder why, and especially when you got these young guys that are coming in, you have CMC. So, of course, we knew that his target share was going to go down when CMC was fully healthy. And you got all these other young guys. George Kittle was healthy for once. He's not going to get his 9 receptions a game like he was 2-3 years ago. But it seems like you haven't really heard his name much playing with the Commanders, right? There's been no real Twitter beef already. I'm thinking he comes back and we do see a glimmer of his old self, because I think he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. I think he goes, yeah, San Francisco didn't see what I had. I still have shit left in the tank. Let's go. And now that he has, like you said, they got to guard Scary Terry. Scary Terry is 31. Still an offensive threat. He was like the 6th receiver last year or something like that. So, he's up there. Between, I would say 29, 31. Pretty sure he's 31. I thought he was in his 30s. So I was looking at
He's
making a trade
29.
for him. But yeah, that's
He'll be 30
a couple years
in
off.
September.
But I mean, you figure, like Zoltesi said, put him in a slot and just kind of let him go. I mean, he was never been known to be a speed demon or run an insane route, make that one-handed catch. Like you said, get him with a curl or a quick slant. He's known to have yards after catch. One of the top guys, one of the best guys to do it the last 6 years, yards after catch. Very, very tough to bring down. I don't think they're going to deviate from that path too much. They might line him in the backfield, but I think he'll be fine. Am I getting him in the 5th round? I don't think so. I think there's other options.
So what you're saying is they shouldn't make him run 9 routes. Just streaks down the field.
Yeah, sure. Only against the Eagles. Everywhere else you could have quick slants, everything like that. Just have him run straight.
All right, well, my joke landed flat. Anyways, here is the Washington Commanders' performance from 2024. Their first year with young Jaden Daniels. Not really anything crazy that stands out here. You will notice a trend as we go through, and I believe it is because of one Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts that most of these teams' rushing yards allowed is pretty low or pretty high. So, yeah, you can see that their run pass call was pretty balanced last year. Just 52% run versus 47% pass. Flip that, 52% pass versus 47% run. But, nothing crazy in terms of like passing yardage. Rushing yardage was really good, 5th in that category. But I think that there's a lot of things that Commanders fans can be happy with when they look at this. There's a lot of already positive things that could just get better. So I understand that they won a lot of close games last year, and that can always sway the other way. We talked about that a couple weeks ago with Kansas City. I mean, they were 15-2 as well, but they really won a lot of one-score games, so they could have been 2-15 at the end of the day. Most likely not, but
yeah, 100%.
No, you've got to be excited for what they've done this offseason, who they've brought in. They really brought in veteran leadership. They brought in Laramie Tunsil to really help Jaden Daniels keep secure. Hopefully, Sam Cosmi,
and to train up Josh Cornerly, too, that they drafted. That big tackle out of Oregon.
Yep, Oregon.
6'5", 311. Yeah, Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's big. He runs a 5.50 40, which is fast for a lineman. So yeah, I think that was a great move by them.
Yeah, no, I agree, definitely.
Give him a guy that, because he played left tackle all through college, and give him a left tackle that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, let him learn behind Laramie for a couple seasons, but yeah, hopefully Cosmi comes back. He was their stud right guard last year that I believe went down in the playoffs. I think it was a ACL tear or something like that, pretty serious injury. So he probably won't be ready at the start of the year, but maybe they can plug that tackle in there just to give him some playing time, give him some time on the field, let him get used to the speed of the game and everything. But you guys got anything else to say about these metrics here before we go on to the Cowboys? No? Okay.
No,
I think it'll go. I think it'll go up
good.
a little bit. Jaden Daniels going to sophomore year. Hopefully, no sophomore slump. We've seen those before, but he was exciting last year. I hope he's exciting this year.
Yeah, me too. So we're talking about the Cowboys. They made a lot of moves this season. The biggest shock I think I noticed when I was writing this is Rico Dowdle is gone. So they completely have a new backfield. They brought in Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders, a couple guys that have had flashes in previous years, but who knows what's going to happen with them now. I mean, Javonte he had a lot of promise, man, when he was with the Broncos, and then he got an injury and he was kind of never the same. Miles had that one really good year with the Eagles, went to the Panthers, didn't do much. Now he's at his second NFC East team. Hopefully he plays well. I know Fish is hoping he doesn't, but he's another Penn State guy that I think could have a lot of promise going forward. Their biggest addition by far is George Pickens. They acquired him from Pittsburgh. they are taking on the last year of his rookie deal. It's 1 year, $3.6 million, and then there's reports that he's going to be signing a 4-year, $76 million extension with like $50.5 million guaranteed. So I'm not sure when that shoe's going to drop, if it will. That's just a rumor that I read when I was researching the George Pickens trade. But what I will say is that the Cowboys kind of got Pickens for a steal, I think. I mean, he's raw talent. If they can hone in that ego of his, make him come down to earth a little bit, then I think he's going to be a really good player for them. They got Pickens in a 6th-round pick or a 2027 6th-round pick for a 2026 third, and then a 2027 5th and 6th from the Steelers. So it's going to be really interesting to see what that addition does. Is it going to open up CD more? I think overall it's probably a net win for them, and you can see how, you know, they're gonna be throwing the ball a lot. I mean, they did last year. They're gonna be throwing the ball even more this year, just because they don't really have any running backs to really rely on. They did draft that Jaden Blue kid this year, so we'll see where that goes. But Zach Martin's probably their biggest loss this year. He did retire. He was a stud offensive guard over the past decade, it seemed like. Yeah. There was, what was that, like 5, 6, 7 years ago that the Cowboys just had this offensive line that was amazing, and Zach Martin was at the helm of that. And it sucks when those guys retire, but it just must have been time for him. So what do you guys think about their additions offensively?
I
like
don't.
It.
Yeah, go ahead, Fish.
I was going to say, I like it. I don't mind it. You got to remember that Dak didn't play most of last year. He had an injury. They realized that they were not going anywhere, not with the Eagles and Commanders taking full control, essentially, of that division. It was smart on them to kind of say, okay, hey, Dak, why don't you chill out for a little bit? You know, there's no rush to try and force a ball down to CD somewhere, who they've had great chemistry. Now, the games that they did play last year, I will say that there was something off chemistry-wise with both of them. It didn't seem like they're on the same page, running the wrong routes. Dak thought he was going deep. He's throwing them short, vice versa. I think with the addition of George Pickens, I don't think anyone loses. I think he takes a little bit of that target share, but again, what have we preached? You feed your best player the ball. Their best player is still CeeDee Lamb. He will still get his 8 to 10 targets, at least a game. He will catch 98% of them. If anything, you assume that George Pickens would take over the number one role, so he would get the number one corner, and that kind of frees the ball up to an incredible route and CeeDee Lamb. If anything, he's going to get more open than what he was. I think the biggest losses here, obviously Zach Martin, but I also say on the defensive side, that's a huge loss on that defense. That guy was an absolute menace. I remember sitting at Eli's or Wings and Rings every time that we go. We got such a good offensive line, but nobody can stop this guy. Why is he always in the backfield? Somebody stop him. We stopped him because they got rid of him. Seahawks got a steal with that one. But again, this is Miles Sanders essentially is just a filler. I think his years are done. He's just a filler. If somebody gets hurt, if 12 other running backs get hurt, they're going to find somebody else, and he'll just be that second guy behind him. Javonte Williams, this is his last year to prove it. I know he was great that 1 year until he got injured. He just never took that additional explosive, step. He used to pop off out of the behind the line and sprint off. He got injured, and it's kind of like pacing along a little bit. Outside of that, nothing too crazy. I think they'll still remain third in the division. They may pick up an extra win or two. The offense is very good. The receivers, I think Dak is still fine. Mid-season Dak is great. Playoff Dak sucks ass, and we love it. But outside of that, you can't go wrong picking up George Pickens in fantasy or drafting him. He'll get his. He finally has a quarterback that can actually throw to him. Nothing against Russell, but just wasn't it. So,
You got
it's
to look at
interesting
who
to see how it
Pickens
moves
worked
in
with in
practice.
Pittsburgh. You're right.
And like you said,
Yeah,
he's
I
got
don't think
raw
it's
talent.
bad.
I mean, the guy's huge. So
Yeah.
he's huge, quick runner. He can just tone that ego down, which I think CD will kind of keep him in check. Because CD is still the top dog there. I think they'll be fine offensively.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there.
Completely. And I'm just excited to see how mad he gets when the sun gets in his eyes while he's playing inside.
Yeah, hopefully Jerry installs some mini blinds.
This
Yeah,
LA is
it's
killer,
a
man.
$12 billion owner. He installed holes in the bathrooms, though. I don't understand that one.
There's just
guys,
glorious
guys
holes,
got
man.
glory holes left and right.
Um,
It's crazy to me.
but they did bring back a couple studs. They brought back Osa Odighizuwa. He was re-signed 4 years, $80 million, $52 million guaranteed. And then one of the most exciting players to watch on the Cowboys in my eyes is Kevontae Turpin. Re-signed 3 year, $13.5 million with $5 million guaranteed. So it's good to see those guys get paid because honestly, they can. Special teams players, man. From being a Browns fan, watching Josh Cribbs over the years as the only bright spot for a ball carrier was great whenever he returned one for positive yards or even a touchdown. So, also, I wanted to say this division sucks for trying to put the colors on the background here.
Oh, yeah.
Navy blue, the dark hunter green, the maroon, like they all sucked. I had to use everyone's secondary color pretty much, but you look at their performance from last year, there's nothing good about it. I mean, the highest thing that they were ranked in is offensive passing yards, and like you said, Fish, Dak was out for a while, so maybe that's an upside that Cowboys and their fans can look towards, but man, they threw the ball 61% of the time. They didn't have a running game. We all know that. Rico just never really got the chance, I feel like, last year. There was a couple times when he got...
Rico?
Yeah, when he got the chance to tote the rock, he was all right, but they never gave the kid a chance.
He was good. He was a great pass catching back tail, and especially with, fantasy-wise, it was just little dink passes down, little quick slants, especially in garbage time. You're like, oh, he just had 5 receptions on that play for 40 yards. It's like, oh, that's a quick 90 points. Great, fantastic. Running the rock, he was fine. But I don't know. Maybe they're still trying to hold on to something that Zeke had or a DeMar. Maybe they wanted a big name. Maybe this blue guy has it. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe Javonte. I don't know. I think it's the first time in last 15 years that they haven't had a stud running back. Zeke, DeMarco. Who's the guy before that? I assume some stud.
Darren McFadden.
It's not known for a stud dog.
Emmitt Smith.
Oh yeah,
It's just I forgot about that. Jesus. It's just a weird time. It's probably still run better than Rico though.
Marion Barber down there too. That dude was a dog.
I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
But it's just one of those rare times where the Cowboys haven't won anything in the playoffs, but they've always been at the top of the table somehow. They've always been that pain in everyone's ass. They'll beat you in the division for some reason, but then we'll lose by 40 points to the Panthers. They've always been a tough team to play. So I think it's just a weird turning point for them and their fans where you look at these stats and you're like, wow, defensively? Oh, maybe we should let go of a few more people than DeMarcus Lawrence. Yeah, it's just like little things like that. But a lot of these are skewed. They were down by a lot off the rip. They had to rely on Cooper Rush to carry the team down by 21 to make this miraculous comeback. It's Cooper Rush, guys. These stats will be 100%. They'll be altered. They won't look the same next year. Hopefully they do. 31 and everything, 32 and everything, but I think it'll change a little bit. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either, man. I mean, The only reason why their passing yardage looks so good is because they, like you said, played behind so much last year. I mean,
Yeah.
they're bottom half in every defensive category, and most their bottom, what is that statistically, bottom sixth in most of it? So, I mean, they got to do some soul searching on defense. I don't even think the offense is anywhere near their biggest problem, but you know, that's the Cowboys. It's always big offensive ball. So we'll see what happens. But here's the sweetheart of the division here. So notable New York Giants transactions, and I just have to say this one first. Their biggest subtraction, Darren Waller unretired, got traded to the Dolphins. So I just thought that was kind of funny though.
That is such a scumbag.
The whole thing we talked about last week with him moving.
Well, isn't that what Trey Hendrickson did? Didn't he retire and then unretire because they said the Bengals could trade him? And he just hasn't done anything since unretiring?
Did he announce his retirement?
No,
I didn't know that. Sam Hubbard
did.
retired. Their other defensive end, Sam Hubbard retired, but other than Waller, they made some really good additions, and it's not necessarily on the offensive side of the ball. Javon Holland can ball. He's a very, very good free safety. He was at Miami the first stint of his career. 3 years, $45.3 million, $20.3 million guaranteed. I think that's a typo. I think that was $30.3 million guaranteed. Anyways, but he's a ball hawking safety. I mean, he's so good in coverage. He's very small for a safety. He kind of reminds me of Budda Baker in that regard, but very, very good player. Very young still as well. They have Paulson Adebo, 3 year, $54 million. I think he was a Raider, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong there, but you do see their 2 draft picks. They got Jackson Dart and Abdul Carter, drafted them both in, I believe the first round. Was Jackson a first round pick? I think he was, right, near the end. Because they had multiple firsts. Anyways, they have them both locked in. They have them both signed. So I think that he's going to do well, at least learning from Russell for his season.
First.
Sagan, Zoltowski, you froze and you.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, no, he was first round, 25th overall, Jackson Dart.
Okay. And then Abdul, you know that they picked early. So,
yeah.
Fish, you and I over the years have talked a lot about Darius Slayton. They brought him back 3 year, $36 million with $22 million guaranteed. What are your thoughts on that deal?
It's way too much. Way too much. Offensively, I mean, you got to figure that Malik Neighbors is going to get the majority of the bulk there. It is what it is, right? They got a good running back. Their first year, they drafted Cam Scatabo, who will do just fine. He'll be their bruiser backfill. I don't know. We go about this right because you got Darius Slayton, who's been there for, it seems like, 38 years. He's just always there. When we talk about the Giants, Darius Slayton is somehow there. I think this might have been hey man, we got extra cash lying around. You're gonna be the number 2 or 3, and we'll definitely use you. But we need you to help coach the young guys that we bring in going forward. Here's 3 years, $36 million, $22 million guaranteed. Goes. I'm sorry, you said what? How much is guaranteed? Yeah, I can hang out for a little bit. Absolutely. To me, I think it's way too much. I think 3 years, 15, 20 mil would have been just as fine. Because again, we've never seen glaring numbers. Like, what makes him worth $36 million for 3 years, but let alone 22 of it guaranteed? The 1,000-yard season that he had. But again, he also had, Danny Dimes.
He's never had a 1,000-yard season.
Cool, great. So let's cut that number in half. How about 10 million, Gary?
What's his highest yard total in this season, Zoltowski?
770 and 23.
Okay.
770.
Man,
Hey, the Giants are Giants.
50
They're
receptions,
just
79 targets.
I'm with you, man. I think that's way too much money for Darius. I mean, you were right. It seems like he's just stuck around there. I'd be so. I think he's younger than we think he is, though. Do you have his age there, Zoltowski?
28.
Take a guess. What's your guess?
Well,
He's
Zoltowski
28.
said 28, but my guess would have been around there, like maybe 27. Right. But you're right. Like the amount of times that we've watched Giants games just because they're on when we're watching football, and we're like, man, these guys suck. It seems like number 86 Darius Slayton, man, he's always
That's
out
when
there.
they threw away the last or the first pick.
Yeah, that's when they threw that away.
He's a 5th rounder too.
No, I mean, for where he was drafted, he's done well, but it's just, I don't know. You're right. It's always he's shown some promise, but that's just a lot of money, and I do think he'll be the number 2, or he'll stay the number 2 behind Malik, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens in New York. He's a number 3 right now.
He's listed as the 3.
Who's their number 2?
Look,
Wanderlei?
Oh, that's right. Ron Robinson.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
He's French, right?
Robinson.
Just like Wayne Gallman.
I'm not kidding. I think you said his name, Wanderlei.
Look, I think I do too, because I feel like I'm casting a spell. Look, the Giants have been known to do this, right? They didn't pay Saquon. They gave the money to Danny Dimes. Then they ate Danny Dimes' contract. And it just seems like, yeah, we've got all this guaranteed money, or a good chunk of it. Who can we give it to? Somebody raise your hand. Darius, is that you? Absolutely. Danny Dimes, would you like some too? Please have some. They're giving money away to these players. I'm surprised they didn't give a guaranteed contract to Darren Waller and watch him.
Yeah.
Because that rap career is not really taking off. Tell you what.
Yeah, he's back in the league.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just way too much for a guy that's done much. Granted, I mean, you can see the opposite side. He hasn't really had much to, do anything with, and that's understandable. But hey, if you're doing $36 million for 3 years, 22 guaranteed, I'm right here. I play the hot corner on my softball team. You just let me know. I got good hands. I'll take a percentage of that, please, anything.
I thought you were a catcher, man.
I know. Well, catcher in the competitive league, and the other one on third base because they need me.
Hopefully, they don't make you throw the first much.
They do. My arm is shot. It is done. But I'm not going to complain about every 15. Right, Zoltowski?
What are you talking about?
We get it in your shoulder.
Yes.
Oh, dude, Arthur kicked me in the shoulder today. It hurt so bad.
Yeah, Liz ran into it like 12 times at the car show, and all you just do one of those, and like just freeze in the middle of nowhere. Like someone said red light, and like they're waiting for the green light. Like just go, move.
Guys, I think my PC's dying.
I keep getting red bars.
I do too.
Discord.
Yeah, it's not. We're not doing so bad.
This is a rough show. We might have to look into other ways to record this going forward. But anyways, let's talk about our position groups here for the NFC East. We're going to start it off here with quarterbacks. So you got a question mark.
Why is there so many at the bottom?
You got a question mark in New York. You got Jalen Hurts, Jane Daniels. That's the biggest question for me. Who's better? Jane Daniels, Jalen Hurts. And then you got Dak.
Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants.
Yeah.
And trust me, I love my team. I really do. I think quarterback wise, I think Jaden Daniels is a better quarterback.
Oh.
I think he's a better quarterback. Jalen is extremely smart and extremely good at what he does, and time management wise, he's very, very good. Don't get me wrong. I think raw talent wise, Jaden Daniels is a lot quicker. He's got a quicker release, and he has better arm strength. I would probably have him go up first, but it's like right there, neck and neck, and then I would have Jalen go up there. And I love Jalen. I really do.
Big props for saying that, Fish.
I can't be completely buzzed. You gotta be realistic sometimes.
For me, it's just the leadership that Jalen has too, and how he affects his team as a whole. And he still is a very good quarterback. He's very smart as well. But I can see where you're saying, like, pure talent wise, yeah, Jaden's.
It's tough, man. It is tough.
Yeah,
I think these three are very close to me.
You were wild for that.
Washington, Philadelphia, Dallas.
You think Dak's up there?
Yes.
Look,
yes, I do.
Dak is a good quarterback.
Dak is a good quarterback. Dak is a good quarterback. Don't you besmirch Dak's name. He is a good quarterback.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I didn't know.
You don't know what a good quarterback is? You haven't had one in 30 years.
We had one.
You haven't had a good quarterback in 30 years.
He's currently in Tampa Bay, playing well.
No, Dak is nowhere on that level of those two.
I think he's closer than you think he is.
Do a poll. Ask Ben. Hey, Ben. Can you hear me? Hey. Rate these quarterbacks and then text us. As soon as you listen to it, text us. And tell me the number's full of it.
I would encourage you to go look at Dak's stats and tell me he's a bad quarterback.
You know what?
I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I don't think he's as good as the other, though.
I mean, I think
it's say that they're all very.
He's a good quarterback.
I think it's extremely close. But you know what's not close? This next section here. This is definitely the Eagles.
We're gonna breeze over that, huh? We're gonna breeze over that.
I think this one's easy. Eagles, Commanders, Giants, and then Cowboys.
Are you saying that the Eagles and Dallas have the same similar backfield too? I'm just curious because are they extremely close or
are
they extremely close?
You're being difficult.
Are they right here?
You're being difficult.
Are they right here?
You're being difficult.
Well,
you're being difficult. That's what you're doing.
Oh, the outlandish comments from here is just insane to me. It's crazy. It's crazy, and I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear it. It's crazy.
We'll go Eagles, Washington, New York, and then Dallas for this next one, right?
Yep.
Because they don't have a true running back right now.
But it's close, right?
I think Dak is good. I think Dak is a good player.
Hey, he's good. Yeah, he's good. I don't get me wrong. I think he's very good.
He's good.
He's a good player. He hasn't really done shit, but he's a good player. I'm just saying. Two out of those 4 teams there, one of them has won a Super Bowl. The other one brought his team to the playoffs and deep into the playoffs. What has Dak done?
Dak has never really had a defense. I'm talking about pure stats for Dak Prescott. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about teams. I'm not talking about that. Quarterbacks only play 50%-ish of the time, so they're only on the field for half the game.
Okay.
But I
get where
you're coming from.
You're
right. Then we have tight ends next. I think you put Dallas Goedert first. And then I don't know what we do after that. Dallas Goedert first. Is Logan Thomas still with Washington? Do you put him second?
Yeah, they didn't really utilize.
It's Zach Ertz.
Oh, it's Zach Ertz.
Oh, he's still there, yeah.
Dalton Schultz, I would probably put him above Zach Ertz. So Dallas. And then the ghost of Darren Waller, would we put him last?
I mean, Theo Johnson?
No, the ghost of Darren Waller.
He's the starting Giants tight end right now. Oh, the ghost. Okay.
No idea who Theo Johnson is.
Explain it to me.
All right, Fish. This is where I thought we were going to get contentious here. Was on receivers.
I mean, you start saying dumb things. I had to point it out.
This is where I thought we were going to get contentious.
To put them in the same category as Jalen, that's just crazy to me. But
where are you putting receivers here?
This one's a tough one. This is a tough one. I would put. I like Malik Neighbors, really like him a lot. I don't think he competes with the rest of their backs, rest of the other 15 receivers they have.
I don't think so either, because you got to look at like if you're looking at the two tandems, if you're looking at the first two receivers, the first two options, it's Malik and Darius or Malik and Wandelay. Like that to me is at the very end. Malik Neighbors, great young player, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold a candle to the rest of these guys.
So, with that statement, I would like to bring this to the table. The longest tandem out of these teams would be the Eagles.
True.
I haven't seen. We know what CD can do. We know what Scary Terry can do. We don't know what George Pickens can do in there. Or Fat Boy Debo. We don't know what they can do. So I would put Eagles, Dallas, Washington, and Giants. But this could be very close.
I think this is very close.
Oh, here we go.
I think Dallas and Washington are like right there together, where you could flip flop either one of them, because you've got your true number one with CD at Dallas, and then Scary Terry in Washington. It's what is this number two going to do? Are they going to help?
I think you have a better shot with Pickens.
Are they going to fight the fans?
I think
maybe better world peace day.
Yeah, true. I think that you could see
Dallas at the Palace.
The Cowboys and the Eagles flip-flopped here. And the only reason I'm saying that is just because of Pickens and because of CD. But I'll let you have your way.
It's just Super Bowl winners. That's it. Dallas hasn't won a playoff game in 20 years. But go on. You're right. You know a lot about winning teams, all right? Got it.
And
I heard you loud, player.
Offensive line, this one obviously goes to the Eagles here.
If you fucking put anyone else at number one, just leave the show.
I'm not.
Just leave the show.
I'm not putting anyone else at number one there. So the big question is, where do we go from here for offensive line?
I think it's got to be Washington. I think that they beefed up their O-line, the console, and then Dallas lost Martin. I would still put Dallas next. And then the Giants just have to figure this shit out.
I would agree with you there.
Like now.
I would agree with you there on that one. For D-line, I'm probably doing the same ranking. Actually, oh man, that's tough. You got Dexter Lawrence. You got Abdul Carter. You've got Brian Burns.
Dexter Lawrence isn't there anymore.
Dexter Lawrence is there.
Dexter Lawrence is a subtraction.
No,
I thought it was gone. Oh, DeMarcus Ware or Lawrence.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that we had 6 or 7 sacks and we didn't blitz once. Don't put anybody else at number. Real simple.
I feel like we got some bias going here, but all right.
Argue against it.
No, no, not for first place. I mean, I'm looking at second and third between Dallas and Washington.
I put Dallas there.
And then I'm also looking at the Giants.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm going Dallas.
I don't know, man.
I like.
Sexy Dex
I get what you're
is
saying
pretty
with
good.
Abdul Carter, but
He hasn't done anything.
and him, but yeah, he hasn't done anything yet. I gotta go Dallas for the combination of Micah and Osa there, because Micah's just he's one of those DNs, you know.
That guy wants to be an Eagle so bad.
Yeah,
Man,
he does.
It just feels so wrong putting Washington last there, but I guess that's correct.
I mean, it's you've got a clear number one, and then the next three are all kind of there together,
Kind of close,
you know? Yeah, they're all good.
We're getting down to linebackers, corners, and safeties. Linebackers, they got Zach Bond, Nakobe Dean.
An absolute steal on the draft.
True, absolute steal. I couldn't name you a linebacker for any of these other teams, I'll be honest. Does what's his name, still play for the Cowboys?
I don't think so. Van Winkle, Schmertzen, he was number 1 or something.
No, he does not.
That?
Smitty Worben, Jägerman Jensen?
Because yeah,
as a linebacker.
Yeah, but they do the same thing with Parsons, though. They also have him.
Yeah, but if we're talking about edge rushers, I'm going to put them on D-line. Like, we did the same thing the other week with somebody else. I can't remember who.
It throws me off every time.
Yeah, that's why I've stopped naming defensive ends in the additions and subtractions. I just name them edges now. So,
smart.
I guess, man. I guess you got to put the Eagles here too. Their front seven is just really, really good. The rest of these guys, like I said, Bobby Okereke, is he still with New York?
He's still with
New York?
He's still with the Giants.
I guess I'd go with the Giants next. Bobby Wagner, is he still with Washington?
With the Commanders.
He's getting older. I'd probably put him over Okereke. He still has a lot of impact.
He's like 36, isn't he?
But dude, he's still a good player. And then that
Bobby
leaves
Wagner's 35
with whoever they're going to roll out as linebacker in Dallas. I've got no idea who plays linebacker there. This one's easy though. Corners, obviously.
Oh, 100%.
Got Cooper DeJean.
Guantanamo
Bay. Yeah. And then you got Mikey Sandstrill here in Washington. Dallas, you do have Trayvon Diggs. You have, is it Deron Bland that's there? I think Dallas might take second place here.
Yes.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think
Marshawn Lattimore and Sanderson.
Yeah, Lattimore's super old.
Washington.
Mikey Sandstrill, he's pretty good, but yeah, I think that the Dallas corners do.
Marshawn's 29. He's not that old. He's old, but
yeah,
not like super old.
I think
we're looking at a lot. We're looking at a lockdown corner, and Lattimore has been proven, and then you got Trayvon Diggs, who locks somebody down or gives up 4 touchdowns and 700 yards. How many times did he get beat deep, but then also made up for that in an interception?
Yeah, but Deron Bland is also really good too. So I mean, I could switch these two. That's no issue. I think those two are extremely close.
Yeah.
Let's see. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't like the Cowboys. Put them last.
Okay. It's just bias. And then the Giants, they signed
not last. I meant behind the Commanders. Sorry.
Adobo guy. And then they also have DeAndre Banks, I believe. Is he still there?
Yeah, Deontay Banks.
Or Deontay Banks. Yeah. Which he's a good player too, but I mean, this division just seems like it's pretty stacked in some positions. So, you got safeties next. Reed Blankenship. Who's your other safety now? Because CJ
Abuku,
GJ's not
Sidney
there
Brown.
anymore. Sidney Brown's still there.
Yeah,
okay.
Blankenship and Makuba,
yeah.
And Sidney Brown.
I think I want to put the Giants here because of Javon Holland. Kid's a beast.
Go for it.
Congratulations, Giants fans. You got something other than third or fourth.
Didn't get a second.
I guess we put the Eagles next. The Cowboys, do they still have Malik Hooker rolling around back there?
Yep, and Donovan Wilson.
And then who's the starting safeties for Washington?
Will Harris and Quan Martin.
Answers everything I need to know there. And head coaches. Are we going with the blossoming flower here, Fish?
Hey, we're blossoming, man. Hey, he can cry on the sideline during any anthem he wants now. That's what he wants. You gotta let him cook. The guy has done incredible things. Buccaneers.
But I will say this is close. Dan Quinn, beast.
Dan Quinn's very good. Does he have a Super Bowl?
No, well, does he? As a coordinator somewhere? He might. Couldn't tell you. Not
Maybe.
sure where he's been. I think you got to put Dallas last because I don't even remember what the dude's name is.
Yeah, they're.
But I remember
Mike.
Schottenheimer.
McCarthy.
It's a little Schottenheimer. No, McCarthy's out.
Yeah, McCarthy's gone.
McCarthy's gone.
Oh, I thought they kept him for another year.
And fun fact.
Yes, Dan Quinn has a Super Bowl with Seattle.
Thank you. Fun fact. Matt Eberflus is now the defensive coordinator in Dallas. So the NFL made a rule
we love that.
when Dallas is on defense, they get 4 timeouts. Because he still has that one from Thanksgiving. So
It's always in his back pocket like an IOU.
he's got it. He's ready for it.
Can coordinators call timeouts?
I don't know.
Please
That's a
tell me
good
they can.
question. I think that they can. Or they can tell someone to do it. Anyways, this is our list. It's pretty obvious who's going to be first next year in the division based on our thoughts. So going with the Eagles winning here. Fish, you want to do your song? Or?
Eagles fly. Got it.
No, because I don't get too animated because then I peak.
True. Yeah. You've done well today. I think it's more Discord
I've
issues
got-
than
Hasn't
you
been too
today.
bad.
So
So
we've been contained.
pretty contained. Yeah, that's our list. Let us know what you think. Let Fish know he's wrong about Dak not being as good as Jalen and Jaden. So
That's
Create
me
a poll,
too.
put that out there.
Yeah, I
Put it out there.
I
right.
don't think he's as good as Jaden or
I'll
Jalen.
I'll tweet it
I
out
don't think
later
he is.
tonight and I'll tag some
I'm not saying
people.
he's a bad quarterback.
Yeah, tweet it out.
Oh
dude.
boy,
Put it out. Put it out and watch us lose followers.
I
now.
tweeted out, tweeting deeper just to throw it away.
All right, on that note, we'll see you guys on Friday for the fun episode. We got a new segment. It's going to be called Grind My Gears. We don't know how it's going to go. You've seen the Family Guy show. So we're just going to get on there and yap some more. Thanks for
Love it.
listening. Thanks for watching. Tell Fish he's wrong about Dak, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Always CGG. Thanks for being a gent.
See you next time. See ya.
Thanks.